everybody, welcome to the Harmonica Barge. I've got a very special lesson for you today. We're going to talk about the awesome pre-war blues harmonica of Noah Lewis. I want to let you know this is one of my in-depth lessons, so I've got a separate video lesson where I go into a lot more detail and take a deep dive. So today we're going to look at a tune called Going to Germany and use that as a vehicle to talk about Noah Lewis's style. So Noah Lewis often gets labelled as a pre-war blues harmonica player, and of course pre-war blues, that just means any harmonica before 1945 really, but actually he was a jug band musician and playing in a band called Gus Cannon's Jug Stompers. The other big jug band of the day was the Memphis Jug Band, but this was a huge thing in America in the 1920s, was really the heyday of jug band music. You could think of it as the prototype of English skiffle over here, which came about in the late 50s. That would be our version of jug band music. Let's get into this melody. So here's the first phrase. Be careful with the count here, because of the way I'm counting it, I'm going 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, and here it is again. 1, 2, 3. Right off the bat, I think if you're playing Noah Lewis, there's so many interesting things about his playing, but particularly the tone. So we've got this resonant tone. To me, it's a very vocal style, so really reminiscent of the human voice, especially with the bends. And if anyone characterizes the wailing, mournful sound of the 3-hole with slight bends, just like the human voice, and really making the harmonica cry, then I would say it's Noah Lewis. That's one of his trademark techniques. 2, 3, 4. And I'll just play up to that and after the 2 on bar 3. So both those phrases together. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to find another 3. Now we're going to add the rest of the phrase going into the C chord with those bends. 1, 2, 3. Now on the recording there's a lot of variation in these bends. I'm going for full step bends first as a default, but you'll hear when you listen to more Noah Lewis that he's constantly adjusting the microtones of that 3 draw, sometimes on the half step, sometimes bringing it up and really accentuating the power and emotion of the bent notes on the harmonica. So he's really getting a vocal expression out the harmonica, a very melodic vocal expression. One more time up to the same point. 1, 2, 3. And the 2 blow. Okay, so I've added the next phrase. Then we've got 2 draw bends, which I'm here in a full step, and we've got a little jump to the 5 blow, which is kind of tricky. 2 draws and a 5 blow, and then a 4 draw, and then a 3 draw full step bend. Once again representing a challenge here with the bending. So this is quite, especially I think if you're a tongue blocker, I'm playing this tongue block, I just like that resonant tone. Really works for me with this kind of tune. On a C harmonica, holding that 3 draw bend a full step, those of you who've done my bluegrass courses will know that I work on this a lot, and I give you special drills in the courses to help you with this difficult bend, and especially when you're holding it. So some of you might find that easier with a pocker. If you have to switch to pocker to do that, to get through the tune, that's okay. No one's going to discipline you for not tongue blocking for the moment. Do whatever you need to make things happen. You might want to then adjust and go back into tongue blocking after, once you've got the bend. You might want to play it all pocker. You might want to be hardcore and start with the tongue block right away and just make yourself, sometimes a 0 tolerance approach to tongue blocking is good. Only allowing yourself to tongue block to make yourself do it. That's something that I do recommend to students, the people who really want to get into tongue blocking, but each to their own. Quick shout, if you're new to the Harmonica Barge and you haven't subscribed, what are you doing? Please subscribe if you like the channel. Give this video the thumbs up if you like it, and that helps me out a lot. Thank you very much. So I'm going to play the whole thing to the end of bar 6. 1, 2, 3. Then we've got that howled bend. Okay, and that's taking us to the 1 draw with the next riff. This one I've written as half step bends. Once again, you could do full steps. You could bring the bend, hit the bend and bring it up. So there's a lot of that. So just play that last phrase again. And now at the end, we've got that long 2 draw. And this is a basic thing, is another real significant thing about Noah Lewis's playing. I would say the way he plays that 2 draw. Really simple. If you're a sort of beginner player going to intermediate, whatever that means, it's hard to categorize, or intermediate player, you might have just got into bending and you're loving the bends and you're really getting into your bends, right? What often happens is sometimes people neglect that 2 draw. So I think there's a great lesson here for all of us, just in the way Noah Lewis plays the melody and holds those notes in this vocal style. It's almost like the singer. And of course, a lot of these players in that era, for me, would have been listening to melodies all the time, so they're very melodically driven. He's also a super groovy player at the same time, which makes him one of my favourite harmonica players. Here's the whole melody. 1, 2, 3. So the jug band musicians were very versatile in the 1920s. They're playing all kinds of material, not just straight 12-bar blues. When you listen to the chord progressions, there'll be 16-bar, what would be called pop songs in the day. Now we'd call those jazz tunes. They'd also play hillbilly tunes. They'd be on the streets busking to earn a living, playing all different kinds of instruments. I'm going to include a few links below to some of my favourite jug band videos, and this really is, it's, you know, you speak to many people about jug band music, it's almost an unknown genre of music, but some of these old recordings are really wonderful, and I'd encourage you to dip in. Don't just listen to the harmonica, listen to what other instruments are going on. There's fiddles, there's kazoos, there's even nose flutes, there's a lot of strange instruments, so it really is a wonderful treasure trove of vintage music. So thanks everybody for supporting the channel, taking the in-depth lessons and the courses. Thanks for anyone who's got in touch to give me feedback, to let me know how you're getting on with any of the material. Do let me know if you've got any recommendations for any jug band harmonica, or any harmonica in fact, or any other music, whatever's good. Anyway, I'll see you for another video very soon. Until then, take care. Bye bye.